Then one day he called us to a meeting and said that he has 2 houses in Osun State, 1 in Lagos. Life is expensive to live in Lagos. Let's go back to Osun State and life will be better, cheaper, and you'll be fresher there. So all of us said we are not going. Then he asked his wife, who is our mother, and said, are you going with me? Also he said, I'm not going. Then he said he is going. On the day he's supposed to move, he said he changed his mind. That if his wife is not going, and if his children are not going with him, he's not going anywhere. That was how we settled in Lagos. Cut the long story short. There was no money to eat. 6 cars became 4, 4 became 2. My mother was in Thomas Watt, the Apex Mill, where they make books. And she had a car. We had different places we go to for schooling. So we had the 6 children, and my mom had to share 1 car. 3 children will go first, another 3, then my mom will go to work. Somehow, I don't know what happened, she lost the job. Now we had 2 cars. After 2 cars, we had 1. He got to a point, my father had to call a man who can drive a taxi. We painted that Porsche into yellow, and he says that you drive this taxi, I can't walk my children suffer, and I can't pay for their meal and school fees. Run it as a taxi. And you know how Nigerian men behave. They will wreck the car in 6 to 8 months and give you all kinds of story. To cut the long story short, they dropped the car. After they dropped the car, my father said that things are still difficult. I will start driving the car myself. That's a man who was a cleaner, became a director. Even right now, if you're a director of Nigerian Breeze, you're a big boy. Because it's a multinational. Then, he started driving the taxi. Because of the damage control the driver had done into that car, the car got wrecked in 6 months again. So he sold the car. When he sold the car, 60% went into debt. All he had left was just little that he could play with, and life became very difficult. Ladies and gentlemen, the reality of life dawned on us. My father said, every man you have to fetch for yourself. And we said, yes, sir. God will help us in Lagos. It's better to hustle in Lagos than to go and hustle in the village. Then I started my career. I started hawking. Listen, I hawked 16 things in my life. How many? Please, be emotional. How many? 16. I told you I didn't come to preach a very powerful sermon. 16 things. Listen to me, if you ever meet me in life, you only see that I smell like heaven. I don't look like what I've been through. We always go through hell, but we come out smelling like heaven. 16. The first thing I sold in my life was ice water. You know ice water? I have my alumni member there. Ice water sellers, can I see your hand? God bless you. God bless you. How many can you see? All right. So you do the ice water inside. You know the nylon used for Gary? You pour the water through a sieve. You tie it. Then you put plenty on a big bowl. And you carry it on your head. I was in a Papa Wharf. And we'll be shouting every morning, cold ice water, tuture. Listen to me. It was bad English. But we're having fun. Cold is the same thing as ice. Ice is the same thing as tutu. But the kind of association I had were people who were also selling water, selling cigarettes, selling gin, and some girls selling agbo. So we start up in the morning because there's something about life. You would always have people that look like you. Good. So we said that we wake up in the morning, cold ice water, tuture. Then one day God prospered us. We saved enough money. Then the machine for pure water came out. Then we moved. You know, ice water has a very weak nylon. But pure water is a thicker nylon. So we began to sell pure water. Then we began to look down on people selling ice water. Because we have moved from the weak to the thick. So those who are selling ice water, they are just starting their life. We are selling pure water. Ladies and gentlemen, after a while, God helped us to raise money. When we raised money, we moved from pure water. We started selling minerals, soft drinks. We moved to bottle. That was divine promotion. From weak nylon to thick nylon. From thick nylon to bottle. So we work in bottle, we now removed ourselves from the group. And those who are selling with nylons, they are still coming up. You know, you see, there's a way poverty can deal with you. that even in poverty you will still be proud. So we looked at the people with the nylons as people who are not doing well. Then we are now selling. We carry our bottle in the morning and we start selling green sand, Tandy Gurana, Limca, Gold